Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of On Deck here on FTSN. I'm Russ Morgan. Hope everybody's having a good night. Um, Baseball right around the corner. Pitchers and catchers reporting next month, so we're right there. Only a month left of no baseball. Starting off with a little Yankees news. My man, even though he's a Dolphins fan, he's still my man. Bobby Finstock threw this up on my college football podcast, but I appreciate the post because I needed to jump on this. Marlins and Yankees make a trade, not the first time. Last time the Marlins Yankees made a trade looked like a negative. For the Marlins, I would probably say it's a positive because you got rid of that. They got nothing for that deal, but you traded Giancarlo Stanton, who's got a massive contract and is now looking like he's on a little of the decline. But Marlins Yankees made a trade the other day. Marlins traded left-handed pitcher Ryan Weathers for 4 prospects. The Marlins received Dylan Lewis, outfielder Dylan Lewis, outfielder Brendan Jones, infielder Dylan Jasso, and infielder Juan Mathias. According to Peter Bendix, he said this prospect haul was too good to pass up. A little on the prospect news. Lewis right now was ranked 8th in the Yankee system. Marlins farm system is a little better in the Yankee system. So right now Lewis is ranked 14th in the Marlins system. Jones 15th in the Marlins system. Both Jones is a 27 projected, Lewis 28. Jones over 2 levels in 2025 hit 237, but did record 22 home runs. Hey, Alex, AJ, how we doing, man? I think I'm getting to the deal. I think when you're dealing with prospects, you kind of got to think it 2 ways, in my opinion. You got to think of it, yes, you want to add prospects, but you're also adding prospects to add to your haul to trade. So, yes, they're racking up. The last week's deal was solid. Getting Owen Casey was a great thing. They should, if they're not competitive this year in the playoff hunt like they were last year, which I think they can be, but they're definitely setting up well for the future. Rob, how we doing? I'm going to get to the next one. I know you want to talk some Red Sox too, so we'll get to you. But right now we got Yankees Marlins trade. Jones 237 did hit 22 home runs last year. Lewis, excuse me. Jones was 245 over 2 levels, did have 69 RBIs. Lewis spent the majority of his time in center field, but he's probably more suited to the corner spots. He does have some fringy arm strength. Jones, very patient approach at the plate, rarely chases pitches, focuses on getting base. He's got well above average speed and an uncanny base stealing ability. He's a solid defender capable of playing 3 spots. On the Marlins side, I think they're pitching. And I think AJ over there they're going from their strength. Yes, you trade Cabrera, but you get a really solid high upside guy in Casey last week. You get and now you get four guys. Weathers was definitely on the out. You do have two guys, 2 or 3 guys in the system that can make impact. 2 guys for sure that can make impact this year with Robbie Snelling, who they got from the Orioles a couple years ago. And then you got Thomas White, who should factor into the rotation. So he could factor in the rotation sometime early in the first half of the season. You're going to get Max Mayer back. You're going to get Braxton Garrett back. Sandy Alcantara had a better second half of the year coming off his Tommy John surgery. So you're kind of dealing from your strength. and on the weather side, the guy's, he's a guy who has good upside, can fill the hole for the Yankees, touching 98 on the mound with his four seam with a nice change in the sweeper, but has had a lot of injury history. I mean, he only made 8 starts last year. So the you're definitely getting a lot of injury history with him. The Yankees looking to navigate the hole they're going to have right off the bat in the first part of the season when they don't have Carlos Rodon and Garrett Cole. So I mean, I think it's kind of a risk reward thing. You're just trying to fill the holes. He could fit into that slot behind Max Fried right now. When you're going to have Schlittler, I got to go really slow when I say that name, when I say his last name. And I mean, Luis Hill, well worn, but not having Garrett Cole and Rodon for the first couple months of the season. They need to fill those holes. Weathers, former son of 19-year MLB vet Dave Weathers, and he was a former Yankee. I mean, I like the move. I think it's it's definitely a risk reward thing. He's got a lot of injury history, but he can pan out. Solid left-handed arm who could slot nicely in that rotation. On the other half of the Red Sox pulled the trigger today. They signed Ranger Suarez to a 5-year, $130 million deal. But for AJ, I do like what the Marlins are doing. I'm a little confused on the pitching side, but I think they're banking on Thomas White to be up in that rotation early. I mean, he's a number one left-handed pitching prospect right now in Major League Baseball. So I think he's going to be up early. It kind of opens a possibility of Snelling and White getting some time, which is what the Marlins want. And I did absolutely love what they did getting rid of Edward Cabrera last week to the Cubs, just because you're selling really high on Cabrera. Having his best year, and you get a guy who could be, a staple in Miami for the next 10 years in that outfield. And the outfield's looking strong. We'll see what Marcy does there. He only had half a season, but Kyle Stowers, he's going to be there for a long time. And I mean, Casey could be there for a long time. So Red Sox pulled that trigger, 5 years under $30 million. Rotation looks really solid for the Red Sox. I mean, you have Crochet, you traded for Sonny Gray. Now you have Ranger Suarez, who's been solid since he's been a starter in the last couple of years. You have a lot of back-ended pieces. I mean, you've got Brian Bello. You have Cutter Crawford coming back. You have Kyle Harrison, who could fit in there. Connor Early, Peyton Tolley. I'm wondering what the next move is there because of what the Red Sox have a really solid pitching depth. But I'm wondering what the next move is for the Red Sox. I mean, you going into what we saw the other day with the Alex Bregman signing, you definitely have a hole at third base. You have a hole at second base that was tried to be filled by Christian Campbell, but he didn't really secure that. I do like the Ranger Suarez deal. I think, 5 years, 130, it's a lot, but that's a solid left-handed guy. I think that's just what the market's going. And the market's starting to get thin. Not too many guys left on the market. Luis Giolito's left on there, but he's had some serious injury history. Max Scherzer's way up there in years. Zach Gallen. So, I mean, you've got probably the best pitcher on the market. I'm wondering what they do with their pitching depth. I can see Dolphins Thirsty is pretty happy right now with the Ranger Suarez deal. My in my opinion, I think they're going to either Marcelo Mayer can slot in to that third base spot, that second base spot. You jumped right before I said it. I agree. I think he's got he can slot either there when he comes back, when he's healthy. Will they try to make a signing with a Suarez who doesn't have a draft pick attached to him because of that trade the deal at the deadline with D-backs and Mariners? But I'm wondering what the next move is for the Red Sox. Are they going to trade from their strength to try to add pieces to that offense? Infield is definitely a spot they need to add after losing Bregman to the Cubs. And they have a plethora of arms. I could see Kyle Harrison, if he gets time, moving into the pen. Connor Early looked solid in one game in the playoffs. Showed you enough where he could fit into that rotation, but I'm wondering what they do. I think a trade is the best bet, or Eugenio Suarez would be the next best option because you do need to fill that third or second base spot. So I would go, if you're going on the market, I think they would go Suarez. Gotta love getting a spam risk call right in the middle of your podcast. I think if you're going on the free agent market, Suarez would probably be the best third base option. The trade market, I mean, Brendan Donovan is one. They've checked in on Donovan, would be a solid left-handed bat who would fill in that second base slot. Nico Horner is another hot name right now, who's on an expiring deal his last year with the Cubs. I hope the Red Sox don't get him because I want him for the Yankees. I've wanted him for a couple of years. Solid defender, great bat-to-ball skills, gets on base. But on that side, I think they're gonna have to do something to fill those holes. If it's second base or it's a third base option, and I would Donovan or Nico Horner would be my best bet. I think you got to give up a little more for Donovan because he is controllable. Nico Horner would definitely, he's still going to cost you a couple prospects, but not as much because he's on that expiring deal. Going into what the Red Sox lost, which I love because the player they lost, I love Alex. Alex Bregman signs that 5-year, $175 million. I love Alex Bregman, love what he does. I know he's on the Astros. People hate the Astros, but I mean, great defender, Gold Glove, third baseman. This will be the first time in MLB history this features the 1 and 2 pick in the MLB draft to be on the same team. And they were the 1 and 2 pick, Dansby Swanson, who's their shortstop, and now Alex Bregman filling in the third 1 and 2 pick in 2015. Cubs will be deferring $70 million. I'm wondering what they do. Cubs, their third baseman, Matt Shaw. Shaw had a solid second half of the season, but now Bregman, he Ks a lot. And he's not good defensively. He's not a great defensive third baseman. Is issues, but I mean, would he be peppering that wall, peppering the monster? Would he be having a lot of home runs? Yes, but the defense, I don't see. I haven't seen the Brady's. I could see that one happening too. I don't know what type of deal he's on remaining. I've seen Hoyner. I've seen Donovan, but there's competition for both those guys. But I'm wondering what the Cubs do with Matt Shaw. Had a solid half of the season, third baseman there, who could move into that super utility role, play the outfield. He can play that super utility role. Like I brought up, you could explore a trade option with Shaw or Horner. Shaw is very young on a controllable deal. Hoyner, some serious injury. Yankees, Giants, Red Sox. But I do like what they got in Bregman. Bregman adds 9 years of playoff experience, 102 playoff games, and not to mention with the Astros making the World Series, 2-time World Series champ. So I mean, I like that deal. It's high for Bregman, but I mean that's what you got to do to get a Gold Glove third baseman. And with the Red Sox, Dolphins Thursday, they offered him like 150 or 160. If you're still in there, Dolphins Thursday, I think that with the Red Sox were very close, if not matched. I think for Bregman, but I mean he decided to take his talents to the north side of Chicago. Cardinals traded Nolan Arenado to the Diamondbacks for right-hander Jack Martinez. He's owed $42 million over the next 2 seasons. Arizona will receive $31 million, so I mean they'll be paying $9 million of that deal. Definitely one of the most decorated third basemen. Yeah, no trade clause. I think they offered him close to what? I think it was 170, if I'm not mistaken, for Bregman. But Cardinals traded Arenado, Diamondbacks, Jack Martinez. They'll get $31 million, so they'll be paying him $9 million. Definitely one of the more decorated third basemen in baseball. 10 Gold Glove, 8 All-Star nods, 6 Platinum Gloves, 5 Silver Sluggers, 3 home run titles. Arizona definitely banking big that he has a bounce back year. What's going on with the Kyle Tucker sweepstakes right now? It's definitely heating up a little more. Mets are in on him. Dodgers are in on him. Mets have reported they've been making a couple big offers, but yeah, lots of money deferred. There's been reported Mets have been making some big offers, but I just did see the Blue Jays did jump in with a high AAV number. I did say during the World Series, I think that's a really solid fit for the Blue Jays. You could slot him in there in right field. So we'll see. The Mets have been offering him high AAV, but a lower, short-term deal. So we'll see where he goes. I do think Kyle Tucker slots in nicely there. We'll see what the Mets, they spent a ton of money in the outfield last year. Mets are definitely in on the Bellinger deal. The Bellinger deal is crazy right now, and I know when my man Dolphin Thirsty used to be on the On Deck podcast with me, we talked about it. Who is Cody Bellinger's agent? And if you can guess, it's Scott Boras. Scott Boras tries to get the most money. The reporting for the Yankees has been 5 years in the range of 150 to 155. The reporting from Bellinger is he wants a 7-year deal. I don't see that happening. He wants a 37 to 38 million annual value. I don't see that happening with Bellinger. I could see. I mean, I think the Tucker sweepstakes starting to heat up. But if Bellinger continues to ask for 7 years, I could see him as a similar as Blake Snell of it moving into spring training. I love Cody Bellinger. I'd love Cody Bellinger back. But he's not worth a 7-year deal, in my opinion. I think 5 years, 150, 160 million is a great deal for Cody Bellinger. And he wants to be in that Aaron Judge range, close to that Aaron Judge range. He's not worth $37 million a year. So, I mean, I don't know where he goes. I could see him holding out long. So I mean, I could see a Bregman going long for that. I do. I mean, I'm not happy with the Red Sox pitching depth, but I mean, as a a guy coming in as, even though I'm a Yankees fan, I have to come non-biased here, and sometimes I try and I fall back in, but I think that was a good deal. The Yankees are, so this is as reported yesterday. The Yankees aren't closing the door on the reunion with Bellinger yet, according to insider John Heyman. The Bronx Bombers continue to negotiate with the outfielder. Reported the length of the deal has been sticking point in the contract. Yankees are reporting 5 years, $155 million for Cody Bellinger. Noted on Monday, the Yankees are considering other two options. Bregman wants that, and that's Kyle Tucker and Bo Bichette. I love Bo Bichette. I don't know what you do with McMahon or Jazz Chisholm. I don't think Jazz Chisholm can get it done solid defensively every game. I think he can. You can piece him in there, but I don't see him as an everyday third baseman. I think Bichette would be solid if he can stay healthy. He's a great second baseman. I think he's a great second baseman if he is healthy, but he has a lot of injury history. But I do like his bat-to-ball skills. He's got some serious pop. On the other side, they've looked in on Nico Horner, who they've been interested in for the last couple of years. Luis Roberts Jr. would be another one. So I don't know what the Bellinger would be there. You know, what would be with Bellinger. Bo Bichette met with the Phillies. I know we got Josh Wingate's a Phillies fan. I wonder if he likes that. Where he would where Bichette would fit in with the Phillies. The two sides had a meeting. The club is not committed publicly, but there is interest there. I don't know where he would fit into that role. Would they have to make a trade with Alex Baum, because you do have Bryson Stott at second base? Giants are aggressively pursuing a second baseman right now with Nico Horner and Brendan Donovan. It's a clear area need for the Giants. Right now, Casey Schmidt, he just didn't cut it last year. And to get back to the Kyle Tucker stuff, the Mets have made an offer to Tucker that would pay him an annual $50 million per year on a shorter-term deal. Early on Tuesday, it said, from a league source who suggests the Mets were in the range of 120 to 140 million for 3 years to Tucker. New York has ramped up his pursuits over the past week. On Wednesday, it just said the Mets have likely gone to a fourth year. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays are going hard for Tucker, offered him a long-term deal. The Mets, the Blue Jays, and the Dodgers believed to be the three teams. Please no, the Dodgers. Please don't. Dodgers, someone swoop, man. I don't want to see him anywhere, but, I mean, the Dodgers would kill me. I guess I'd take it over the Blue Jays because the Yankees got to get out of the AL to get to the World Series. But I don't know. It's starting to heat up. Go on the side. We do have some guys I think still left on there. Paul Goldschmidt. I don't know where. I think did Goldie just re-sign with the D-backs? If I did see, I think Goldie re-signed with the D-backs. I did see something like that. Walker Buehler still out there. You know, he was solid with the Blue Jays, but he definitely had a down year with the Red Sox. Matt Scherzer, 41, proved he's got something left in the tank. Gutty playoff performance with the Blue Jays, but he's 41. He's got a lot of injury history, but he could provide some depth. Catching market stand, you know, Victor Caratini could be a solid backup catcher. One name I'm interested in the Yankees, Michael Kopech. This guy's, 24, 6 saves and 24 appearances with Dodgers down the stretch in 24, acquired from the White Sox. Guy throws straight gas, but he has a right shoulder issue. Yankees need some bullpen help right now. Austin Hayes, who was signed that 1 year, $5 million modest deal with the Reds last year, has hit left-handed pitching well. I think that's also a lot of teams on the Tucker, on the Bellinger sweepstakes right now, and Austin Hayes would be a good backup option. I mean, 266 last year. I think a lot of teams, if they miss out on Bellinger, if they miss out on Tucker, that would be their option. Ozuna still on there. Willie Castro. I mean, he's 28. He's got good age and versatility track record. Verlander, 42. It definitely is starting to get on that time. Chris Bassett, who was phenomenal in that World Series out of the bullpen, but he's 36. He had a 104 ERA and 10 strikeouts and 8.2 playoff innings while pitching out of the bullpen. But probably a starter roast. The name I'm really surprised is Luis Arraez, still out there because he's old school baseball. I mean, he doesn't have the home run numbers. I mean, he gets on base, 292, 327, 392, 42 extra base hits, 8 home runs. Arraez would have been one of the top players 20 years ago when batting average was king and actually mattered. I love a batting average. I love get on base. I'm sick of the home run or bust show. Like, I love this guy. I don't think he fits in with my team, but this guy just gets on base. It's kind of like, and this is I'm not saying he's Tony Gwynn, but he's like the modern day Tony Gwynn. He just gets on base. He's a pest, but there's still a lot of value in there. I think if what we saw with the Blue Jays is they like bat to ball, high contact, getting on base. Got him the World Series. Realmuto still out there. I think the Phillies still a likely option for them. Elite all-around player, but he's 35. Double-digit home runs last year. Good run production, solid behind the plate. Harrison Bader's starting to get a little heat up. Is another name out there who would be a fallback option for teams missing out on Bellinger, out on Kyle Tucker, and a solid defensive outfielder. Lucas Giolito, strong season last year after a Tommy John. His first year in Boston had that Tommy John. He got better as the season went on. 2.70 ERA and 63 innings. But similar to Bader, his mark is likely held up by Framber Valdez, who's still out there. Suarez is a tough player to nail down. 49 home runs last year at first glance, but I mean, high strike, 34.2% strikeout rate after the All-Star break. So could be a reason for Boston, but he could be a final piece for a team like Boston. Zach Gallen, former NL Cy Young voting in 22 and 23. He's navigated injury history in 24, struggled most of his contract year. He looked more like himself down the stretch, 3.32 ERA, 65 innings over his final 2 months. But the question is there, he bet on himself. And then, obviously, the Ranger Suarez just signed. Cody Bellinger definitely up in the air with that deal. Framber Valdez. We'll go to the Bo Bichette still out there. Phillies. I've seen the Yankees a little bit. Maybe the Red Sox. The Red Sox in on Bichette. Kopech was a Red Sox prospect back in the day from the sales trade. Yep. And he was a starter back in the day. Bichette's there. I've seen Red Sox in on him too. I wonder what Dolphins Thursday would think about that, stealing Bichette from there. Can't play shortstop, but he was one of the worst defensive shortstops out there. So, second base could fill that second base role, could fill that third base role. I think Marcel Mayer will be a second baseman once he comes back healthy. And Kyle Tucker, the big fish right now. But There's few pitchers left there. Framber Valdez still there, 32. Few pitchers have more reliable front end production over the past few years than their Framber Valdez. Left-hander, 3.21 ERA, 1.16 WHIP during that stretch, and he's averaged 188 strikeouts, 192 innings, and 3.7 WAR while anchoring a World Series run in 22. He's made 85. He's got 85 playoff career innings under his belt and represented the top left-handed arm on the market. But he's still out there. What's holding this up? I don't think he can match the 7 years, $210 million that was offered to Dylan Cease. I don't know what's holding up for Framber Valdez. I've said it. Orioles, you need pitching. Orioles need pitching. I would hit Framber Valdez if you can get him on a 4 or 5 year deal. I'd hit Framber Valdez. Orioles make some splashy moves. Would love it, but doubt the Red Sox. Cool. For Bichette, you don't think they'll pay up? Yeah, I would take Bichette too. The only thing, Bichette's definitely, he's not a shortstop anymore. A lot of injury history for the Yankees too. I think that might be holding him up, but it's also the Bellinger, it's the Tucker holding him up. But I'm wondering what's holding up Framber Valdez. I don't know. I do not know. Is it a personal thing? Is it a clubhouse guy? Second base, Merritt third. What? He's like 6'4" too. Yeah, if you get Bichette, he's second base definitely. Merritt can play third. I know he's got the defensive versatility to play anywhere on the dirt. I'm just wondering what's holding up Valdez. I mean, now Suarez definitely is off the market and went today, so I think that Valdez market is going to start heating up because I haven't heard much news on him. But I'm gonna see where he goes. We don't have a lot of big names left. You got Bellinger, you got Bichette, you got Tucker, and then Framber Valdez will be right there. Hopefully, we get some more news coming up. But I want to thank everybody in the chat who commented. Everybody watching. 1 month away from pitchers and catchers, so we're right around the corner. I'm Russ Morgan. This is On Deck here on FTSN. Hope everybody has a great night.